G'day guys, welcome back to Total War Warhammer. It's a new day and there's been a new DLC released. This one is called The Realm of the Wood Elves. Now this is the 5th DLC to be released in 6 months, and it's actually the 6th one if you include the Blood and Gore pack, which doesn't really count as much. But we knew they were going to milk this for all it was worth, and they have gone absolutely insane with the DLC, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. This is going to keep going, which is just crazy. The sad thing is though, with the release of this DLC, the DLC combined now is worth more than the game. So all the DLC is worth $62. If you buy the base game now, it is worth $60. So they've officially bypassed the price of the game with DLC, which is really sad to see. Anyway, this game releases on the 9th of December if you guys are keen, which is about 2 weeks time from making this video. And if you're really keen, you get 10% off, which will save you about $1.50 on Steam. So keep that in mind. Anyway, we're going to grab it just to have a look at it, and I can always make videos for you guys about it. The Beastman one was not a good campaign and was not worth the money. I don't know if this one will be any better or worse, but we're definitely going to have a look at it and see. So straight away, it's got a bunch of content and stuff that we can look at and read about. And there is the pretty much trailer that they've released, which is up in the background for you guys to watch. So it's a new faction, of course, and you can play it in the grand campaign, which is great. You can also play a separate campaign. Now this one takes place in the forest, and it's going to be very similar, if not the identical map to the one that we played the Beastmen in, because you pretty much fight the Beastmen. If they are using that same map and they're making you pay all this money for it, that's pathetic. But if it's a different map, that's okay. They've obviously put a lot of time and effort into it. But that other map was nothing special by any means, and if they're just going to reuse that map, that's pretty piss poor. So we'll see what happens with that. But it's got a new campaign. They say it's got a whole new story, but they don't put a story into it. They don't do cinematics or anything. You sit and have to read for ages, which, I mean, that's fine. Some people enjoy that. When I'm trying to make videos, I'm not going to sit there and read a story to you guys because that's really annoying. But yeah, so that's coming out. They have a new currency, which every faction has a different currency. They have a new campaign victory condition, which I think is broken. It's going to be a wonder-based campaign victory condition, whereas probably to win this, you just have to build a wonder. So that's going to be very interesting. I think they don't really expand very much. They have very limited expansion, and just sort of reading things quickly and briefly. I haven't sat and read the whole thing yet. But all their buildings get built in their main sort of settlement, which is probably a tree, I'm guessing, and then you have outposts, which are your other settlements, but they don't get as advanced and as strong, so keep that in mind. We get 2 legendary lords, which, okay, that's good. 3 new hero types, but that's always going to happen because we're going to have to get 3 new heroes, so that's nothing amazing. And they say a comprehensive Wood Elves army roster, which, yeah, I mean, it's comprehensive, but it's very limited. It's pretty piss poor, to be honest. So you get 5 different melee units, you get 6 different ranged units, 2 different cav units, 3 different ranged cav units, some woodland spirit units, which are trees, I think, and you get a dragon. That's it. That is very basic, and there's nothing to it. So they're really just, they're just milking it for money. Seems like they could have put a lot more effort into this, but they've just sort of half-assed it. It might be amazing, so we're keeping an open mind, but just reading this and looking at these sort of unit rosters and stuff, it's pretty piss poor. So apart from that, there's not a lot more to say. They're probably going to have their own magic, hopefully. They've got unique monsters in a way. They've got, looks like 3 different monsters, including a dragon. So we're going to keep an eye out and see what it's all about. So we're going to grab this on December 9th, and we're going to go through and do the campaign that comes with it, just to see what it's all about. If they're amazing and they're a really cool, different sort of unit, then we might try and do a grand campaign with them. But I'm really not hopeful for this. Reading a bit more about them, they say they've got sort of glass cannon units, so they're extremely strong, but they're very fragile. So it's just they're trying to make up different play styles, but they have so much trouble balancing the game as it is. When they keep just throwing more into it, they can't balance this stuff. To be honest, I love this game so much from what they did and how different it is, but I love it because it's different. I want a Rome version of this with the city siege mechanics and a lot of the other mechanics that they added to this version. That's what Rome should have been, and that's what Attila could have been, but Attila was sort of a stopgap just to sort of fill in time. We'll keep an eye out for any more information about this in the future, but there might be another trailer released before the release of the game, but I doubt it. So keep an eye out about the 9th or 10th of December, and we're going to be starting a series on this, and then we can see if it was really worth buying or not. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Is here. The Asri are hunters. And the forest is our home. Woe betide those foolish enough to threaten it. There have been sacrifices, but we